Okay, stop staring at that door now. Are you wondering who's behind it? Or did you guess already? Let's see if you recognize her voice.
In diesem Moment bin ich von einem einzigen, alles überragenden Gefühl erfüllt.
Angela Merkel.
Von dem Gefühl der Dankbarkeit. Es war mir eine große Freude.
And what you just heard was her 3 years ago, when she announced she wouldn't run for another term as party leader. That's right, she's bowing out. After 16 years in power. It's hard to imagine though, right? Germany without Merkel? 'Cause she's basically all we've ever known. Jokes aside, you might be wondering how I ended up here and what I'm doing in Bundeskanzleramt corridors. So let's back up a little. I work for a paper specialized in EU affairs. A month ago, I moved to the Berlin office to report as a correspondent. And right now, all Germany's eyes are turned on one thing: the upcoming elections, which will designate the next chancellor and will sign Merkel's departure. In Europe too, everybody wanted an interview. Everybody wanted a piece of Merkel. And well, so did I. And it just so happens that the Chancellery was organizing a joint interview between different European media outlets. I would be allowed to ask one question only, one shot. I have to find the right question. 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 Angela Merkel is not an easy task. She likes her privacy. She doesn't like talking about herself. And when she does speak to the press, it is mostly to German journalists. But suddenly, my whole life was about Merkel. I tried to understand how this woman became the prominent face of Europe and how she kept such an intangible and stable hand on power for so long. That was my angle, at first. But then I realized these questions were asked the wrong way. If Merkel is today the face of the European Union, it's because the EU, as we know it, may resemble her.
It is a treaty of an enlarged Europe.
She never put herself forward as a visionary of the future of Europe, and yet she shaped it. How did that happen? And in the end, who really is Angela Merkel? My job, while I wait for these doors to open, is to take you behind the scenes. My name is Emilia, and this is the story of Angela Merkel, a European story.
In September, discover the podcast My Question to Angela Merkel. Follow Emilia, a young journalist who requests to understand the German Chancellor's life. Based on a meticulous journalistic inquiry and on the testimony of several personalities like Alexis Tsipras, François Hollande or Jean-Claude Juncker, the series mixes facts with fiction. Don't miss this fall's IT podcast, a Europod series.